Hey, what's up you guys? It's me, Jill, and yes, I'm not wearing any makeup because I didn't feel like doing my makeup today. Also didn't feel like wearing my contacts. Therefore, I'm here wearing my retro and nerdy ass glasses, which, by the way, I think I need new ones since it's been 2 years since I got these and my vision has definitely got worse since then. So today, for some reason, my brain decided to remember the most terrible breakup I ever had. And since I'm remembering it, why not make a video about it, you know? Why not make my first ever story time about that breakup and about that terrible relationship that I had last year. And since I'll be talking details about that past relationship I had in the past year, I made tea, to have tea to spill over these hot, juicy details that I'm about to tell you about that terrible relationship I had in the last year. One thing I had to make clear before I start with the story time. One, he doesn't know I have a YouTube channel. I started making YouTube videos after, like way after we broke up, like 2 months after we broke up. So he definitely does not know that I have a YouTube channel and that I make videos. And second, again, since he doesn't know I have a YouTube channel, I highly doubt that he'll ever watch this video. And third, if he does watch this video, then I don't care. Like, what do you want me to say to you? You broke my heart, and I don't care. I really don't give a shit. Anyways, it all started last year, January 7th, 2017, where me and my best friend Betsy decided to go to this house party, which was supposed to be a costume party, but we didn't have any costumes at the time, so we just decided to get these masks from Party City. And when we got there, we decided to take a selfie with the mask and everything. And my now ex-boyfriend, which he was a complete stranger at that point, at that moment, he decided to include himself in the picture as like a photo bomb. And it was funny and everything, and I posted on Instagram, and here's a picture right there so you can see it. And the reason I'm showing you the picture is because he's wearing a mask. You can't see his face, so even though I'm telling you his real name, you still can't see his face, so you don't know who that is. So that's great. Anyways, after that, we danced, we drank a little bit, and then the song by Celia Cruz, La Vida es un Carnaval, started playing, and he asked me to dance with him. And after we danced, he asked me for my phone number, and I thought he was cute and everything, so I gave him my phone number. And then we started talking, and then he tells me that he has to go back to his house, which was around the corner from where the party was, because he had to feed his dogs. And he asked me if I wanted, to go with him, because he wanted to keep talking to me. And I said, yeah, I agreed to go with him. I didn't think much of what was gonna happen. I told my friend that I was going with him to his house that was around the corner. We go back to his place. He has, I don't know if he still has it, but at the moment he had a pit bull. So he gave him the food and everything. Then he gave me a glass of water. And then we started talking. And then all of a sudden he tells me, can I kiss you? He asked me if he could kiss me. And I was speechless, because that was like the first time anyone has ever asked for my permission to be kissed. And I was speechless. I didn't tell him yes or no. and he didn't wait for my response, and I guess he got a little bit impatient that he decided to just went for the kiss, that he didn't even wait for my response. And I kissed him back. I went along with the kiss, and after that we went back to the party. We continued talking, and after I left, we continued texting. And then at the same night, he asked me out on a date, and we went out like 2 days after. And I remember we went to the mall. We went to Applebee's, which he never been there before. That was his first time eating at Applebee's. And then we went to saw the movie Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the prequels to all the Harry Potter movies. We saw the movie, we went for dinner, and then I was about to leave. He joined me towards my car like a gentleman, and then we started kissing, and then all of a sudden he asked me, "Will you be my girlfriend?" And I was, again, speechless, because that was like our first date ever. Our first date, and he automatically asked me if I wanted to be his girlfriend right off the bat. And I told him, we just met, we're getting to know each other, I still don't know you and stuff. And then he said like, okay. And then he then asked me tomorrow, which was Thursday. No, not tomorrow. Thursday. That was Monday. He said that Thursday he was going to church, and then he invited me to go to his church. And one thing you should know about me is that even though I was raised and studied in a Catholic school, I'm not religious. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in any religion. I don't practice in any religion. But I respect other people's beliefs. I had no problem with other people's beliefs as long as they respect my beliefs, and everything's cool. And when he said that, I felt a little bit weird, because it was the first time that a guy asked me to go to church with him. And also the fact that he didn't know that I was an atheist, and I didn't know how we would react if he knew that I was an atheist. And so I agreed, to meet him at church, which happened to be 10 minutes away from my house, which was a huge coincidence when I found out. So I decided to go to church because I liked the guy, and I thought, what's one night at church gonna happen? Nothing bad's gonna happen. It's gonna be fine. I go to the church because I liked him, and when I got there, he was there, and he said, "Hey, there's people I want you to meet." And I was like very confused, like, wait, what's happening? Who does he want me to meet? And then he comes back with like 3 people, and then he said, "These are my parents, and this is my grandmother." And I'm like, what is happening? What the hell is happening? Okay, so you can imagine, when he said that, I was shooketh. I was shook. I felt immediately extremely uncomfortable and nervous and anxious, because this was technically our second date, and I was already meeting his parents and his grandmother. Alright, let that sink in for a little bit. Also, not only did I meet his parents and his grandmother, but I also found out that her mom was a pastor at that church. So when that awkward situation ended, he took me to my car, we kissed, and he asked me again if I wanted to be his girlfriend. And I don't know why, but I agreed to be his girlfriend, which was the biggest mistake I did, because now that I remember it, I wasn't ready to be a relationship yet. Like, I was still in the getting to know each other stage, and clearly I was still not ready to be a relationship with him specifically. And so I did the mistake of agreeing to be his girlfriend. And so we started to going out. And I noticed as we started going out that not only was he Christian, that he grew up Christian and all that, obviously since his mom was a pastor, also that he was sort of conservative, but I noticed that he would ask me like very sexual questions, specifically when were we gonna have sex? Like, that's what he asked me. And one thing you should know, at that moment when we both started going out, we were both virgins. I was a virgin, he was a virgin, and that took me by surprise. And for me, that was a little bit weird, considering that he was born and raised Christian with this conservative values and stuff and everything, and that all of a sudden he would ask me when will we start having sex. Every time we would go out, he would always ask me the same question: when are we gonna have sex? And I would always tell him that I wasn't ready, that I needed to be in love to have sex, which I felt that was something that everybody wants in their first time, to be in love with the person you're with, to have that special moment when you finally lose your virginity and whatever. Like, that's what I wanted. Every time I would say that, he would just nod along and move on, but he would still like insist every time we would go out, like, to have sex, and I would say no, that I wasn't ready, that we were still getting to know each other, even though I agreed to already be in a serious committed relationship with him at the second date. I don't know why, but while I was with him in that relationship, I thought that was normal. I would always justify those things that he said, and the way that he would keep insisting on things. I thought that was normal. I would just justify it as he's just a virgin, that he doesn't know, and I was always justified by that. But now I know that that wasn't fine. That you shouldn't just pressure someone to have sex with you, especially when they're not ready, especially when they tell you multiple times that they're not ready and they want it to be in a certain way. And so we dated for 2 months, and then all of a sudden we stopped going out. That happened for 2 weeks. We didn't go out for 2 weeks. I mean, we would still keep texting, and I would still see him at church, because again, it was like 10 minutes away from my house. I would see him every Thursday night at 7:30 and every Sunday at 9. But other than church, we didn't see anywhere else. We didn't plan any dates, and I was beginning to feel worried that, that our relationship was fading away, that I felt like he wasn't doing anything to plan dates with me, or didn't make an effort to see me more than just see me at church, And so one day, he texted me and asked me to go see him. I remember it was Thursday night, and it was like 9. It was after the whole service ended. He asked me to see him, and I went, and I talked to him. I tell him everything that I was thinking, everything that worried me. I told him that I wanted to continue with the relationship and everything. And after I stopped talking, he just said that he didn't want to date me anymore. After that, he said the most cliche lines you could ever find in any rom-com or romantic movie, which was, "It's not you, it's me." And he also said, "I love you, but I can't be with you anymore." And I remember crying so hard, because I didn't love him, but I felt like I was falling in love with him during those 2 months we were going out. And after he said, I was like, "Wait, what do you mean you love me, but you don't want to be with me anymore? That doesn't make any sense. If you love me, you would not break up with me." And whatever. And after he finished, I was crying, and I just grabbed his face and kissed him and told him, "Have a nice life." And then I got into my car and drove away. Now remember it, that was very stupid of me to do, but also you gotta understand, I was very heartbroken, and I at that moment I felt like I was falling in love with him. And I was heartbroken because I didn't see it coming. I thought he texted me, to talk about the problems and to fix the relationship, to go on with the relationship. And that's what I wanted at that moment, to go on with the relationship. But no, he just wanted to end things with me. I remember feeling this is the worst night of my life. And now that I think about it, I now know that he broke up with me because I didn't give in to what he wanted, which was sex. He just wanted to lose his virginity with someone, and he didn't get it with me. And he didn't have to say it, but it was obvious with his action, the way he kept insisting on things, the way that he would try to sexualize everything during the time we started going out, and kind of hide those things as, he's a virgin Christian boy. He doesn't know anything about sex. And you know what? That's bullshit. It doesn't matter if you're Christian, Catholic, Muslim, Jew, virgin or not. It's not okay, to pressure and keep insisting on someone to have sex with them when they tell you repeatedly they're not ready, and that they want it in a certain way. Other things happen during the relationship and after the breakup, but I don't want to make the video way too long, so I'm just gonna end it right here. If you guys want to have a part 2 of this, or want to hear more stories about that relationship, you can tell me in the comments. But don't want to make this video way too long, so I'll just end it here. Also, I apologize if you came here thinking that you were gonna hear this like funny story time, spilling the tea, spilling the hot tea on my ex and whatever. But no, this is just very depressing and very heartbreaking to hear. So sorry if this is not the kind of story time you were expecting for. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and sorry this is not the kind of story time you guys were expecting. I just wanted to vent you guys about it because I feel if I go back to my friends or to my parents to vent about this, they're just gonna tell me, get over it. Which, by the way, I am over it, alright? I do not want him back, alright? I'm not heartbroken about that. I'm just not over about the shit that he did, alright? Which is plenty. Thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. All my social medias will be linked down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it won't be as depressing as this one, unless you guys like to be depressed. So, bye.